Yeah, hi Roland, this is Michael Buckoff from BetterTOEFLScores.com. Let's take a look at your essay that you did. If I remember correctly, you wrote the essay before and it wasn't exactly organized around the writing prompt, and you're working on creating a different introduction and specifically a different thesis that would move the essay in a different direction. Okay, so let's take a look at the question again. So it says, some people believe that a college or university education should be available to all students. Others believe that higher education should be available only to good students. Discuss these views. Which view do you agree with and why? There you go. So here's your thesis. Here's your introduction. First of all, the introduction is a lot longer than what you did before, which is good. So an introduction typically should be between about 50 and 150 words. So you want to be careful about those really short introductions, especially for the TOEFL independent writing task. So you say people do consider education as a fundamental part of their society, especially in today's world of global competition among nations. Nevertheless, whenever we are asked to decide whether education should be provided to the general public, it opens some kind of debate among the taxpayers regarding who should qualify for a free education, and I would say this, who should not. You just said who not. The question, who should qualify for access to a higher education, is very challenging based on which perspective one is housing his or her reasons. If you had stopped there, I think it would have been good. But this is where you jump off the cliff again, 2 times. You say here, although some people might prefer the access of a higher education to be reserved only for good students, I personally believe that it is in the interest for a nation to provide higher education, that is college or university education, to all of its citizens, because it will increase the number of literate people, more efficient workforce, and also provide the tool for that nation to compete with other nations. No, I don't think you've got it again. I think you've missed it again, but let's take a look at your paragraph 2. You have, first of all, providing higher education to everyone means having a very high educated population. In addition, if everyone is given the opportunity to have a higher education, this means, and then you have finally by providing. No. Paragraph 2 talks about the one view. The purpose of paragraph 2 is to discuss the view that a education should be available to all students. When you get to paragraph 3, you talk about how it should be available only to good students. So paragraphs 2 and 3 simply discuss the views. You're taking your opinion too quickly. You're not following this actual writing task. The TOEFL is going to kill you. Trust me. So paragraph 2 and 3, the way you've written them, it's not going to work very well. Now, the final paragraph should explain which view you agree with and why, and you can certainly put these 3 reasons that you mentioned, you can stack them all in that last paragraph if you like, but still you have not answered 50% of this question. Look at the question. Trust me here. It says, discuss these views. Which view do you agree with? And then explain why. Technically, Roland, you have only answered 50% of this question. So be careful on the TOEFL IBT writing. When there is a question that has 2 parts, you need to make certain you answer both parts of that question. Alrighty, so that'll be my suggestions based on what you sent me. Anyway, thank you again. Keep working hard.